So there we just set up second one. So back to this poisonings thing. If I remember, I'd have to read the package again, but I believe it's 2% strychnine. It's a 2% strychnine mix. So you do have to be careful with the stuff, and we try to be very careful with it. We got one station over there, so roughly 55-60 yards from there to this one, and we got one right here. As we were driving, we saw a bunch of little critters running around this spot, so we're hoping that this is gonna work, and if it does, we're gonna make, I don't know if this works, how many more friggin' stations do you think we would make? 3, 4, 5?
A couple for the hay field and a couple for down there.
Because the far end of the field over towards the bush, we haven't even fucking touched it yet. And I know there's a pile of gophers in our hay field that we'll be grazing it off yet. We haven't done it yet. We put the cows back in the bush pasture so that we could do this, and we might cut some of the old hay field. As little as what's there, it's looking pretty pathetic, but what do you do when it's this friggin' dry? Heck, I haven't even serviced the hay binds or a baler yet. So little buggers bouncing around right there. Another one right there.
Look at the holes. Did you poison in here yesterday?
Yeah, I poisoned all through here yesterday. Like the wife put out about 10, 15 gallons yesterday, and I put out, once I got done screwing around with that trailer and I came out and helped her. Look, there's a couple more running around, and another one. I put out another 6 gallons myself with a scoop or a spoonful in every hole. It didn't matter how big or how small it was. It didn't matter how close they were together. Heck, even if there was 2 holes literally at the exact same spot, we put a friggin' scoop of that poison down. Now, I don't know how much of this. Yesterday we used oats as a grain mix. Today we used barley. So I've heard wheat works the best. There's another one standing up looking for a 22 shell. So we have come out and we have shot gophers with 22s where we've gone through 2 bricks of shells in a day. You literally have to stop because your barrel, you run the risk of warping your barrel on your gun. So, and I'm not saying we hit a gopher with every shot, but I'd say we hit a gopher with every 3 shots. And there's, what, 500 rounds in a brick?
Yeah.
So that's 1,000 rounds. So 3 shots, or 3, what does that work out to? 30 gophers for every 90 shots. How's that sound? Or roughly 35 gophers per 100. So we were shooting roughly 350 gophers. Is that right? 350 to 400 gophers per day. And we didn't even make a dent in this. It's just friggin' crazy. But I know our neighbor to the east of us, they do absolutely 0 gopher control. It's just friggin' nuts. Neighbor to the south, he does go out and shoot periodically. But there's so many, you can't control everything without doing some of this poisoning. So all of you green thumb guys that are out there, oh my God, you can't poison. Well, a gopher will eat 3/4 to basically 3/4 of its weight in grass per day. So just rounding that off to its weight. So if a gopher weighs a pound, let's say a gopher, those little cocksuckers weigh a pound. If that gopher weighs 1 pound and he eats his body weight per day, and you got 1,000 gophers, that's 1,000 pounds of feed. Well, I know I have way over 1,000 friggin' gophers. And the hills and the holes, that the damage, the ground damage they do is unbelievable. And then you run the risk of friggin' badgers, of course. So they'll move in and they'll really create havoc. So yeah, it's friggin' nuts, guys. This is our biggest issue ever since we bought this farm. It's always been a problem with gophers, always. And that poison, that little bottle, is $13 a bottle. So in a case, there's 24 bottles, so that tells you. Last year, we bought 3 cases. And if we poison enough gophers, and a bunch of coyotes come along and eat a bunch of them poisoned gophers and they die, well, so be it. I really don't give a shit. Because those suckers like to chew on my calves, too. Friggin' gophers everywhere. There's one over there. One right there. One right there.
I'm going home to wash my hands.
So yeah, you gotta be careful with this friggin' stuff. So we'll talk to you later. Give us your thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Babe, what did we say?
Get her done.
Yep, let's get her done. Talk to you guys next time.